Hey guys, it's TechRant here. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the SoundPEATS GoFree2 Open-Ear Headphones. That is right. If you guys didn't know, they actually sent me out these pair of headphones here today, and we're going to review them and do an honest review because they actually sent them out. However, this is not a sponsored video by them, so if the product is good, the product is good. The product is bad, the product is bad, and then maybe I'll talk smack about it. But hopefully that won't be the case, but we'll of course see what happens to that though. But the big reason why I actually let them send me out this here today was because of the fact, one, I was curious about them to see if they're actually good for workout headphones. But the second thing is, I actually was planning to give my brother some headphones for actually Christmas, as a Christmas gift for him to work out with. And these headphones were actually just the perfect time. So yeah, today we're gonna figure out the question though, are they gonna make the cut? Now, what you need to know about these headphones, they're currently listed on Amazon for $75. However, they did give a coupon code for 30% off on these headphones. So if you want to get them, of course, you can do that. If you do use that link, it will support the channel, so always appreciated. But the other thing you got to know about these is actually have Bluetooth 5.3. They can also connect the two devices similarity at a time. Now, my question with connecting two devices, if I play one on my phone, music, and then try to play games on my computer, will both sounds come through? That's the question I want to answer here. But also the other thing too, if it will cancel out one another, because that's what happens with actually my Bose headphones, where I'll be gaming and the call will take it and I can pick it up, but it'll cancel out my game audio. Kind of the only problem with that. I assume this is gonna be the same thing with this, but we're gonna find out here. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, this is an over-ear design, so it's going to go right on top of your ear, like your AirPods and stuff like that. But of course, I'm a huge fan of the over-ear design, like my Bose, where it just goes on top of my ear. I'm not a huge fan of over-ear designs like the Steel series. Like the Steel series is very, very good. However, I'm not a huge fan of having my ears absolutely around it and just suffocated. Just doesn't feel right. So I'll be definitely curious to see how open ear feels. But besides that though, let's get into the unboxing. So let's get into the unboxing. So this is how the box looks like when you first get it. There really isn't much going on for the box. It kind of just says the battery time and stuff like that and a few other things, but on the back side there isn't any important information. And if you want to actually open it, you just pop it from the back here, where you just slip it on out. There was also a thin layer of plastic that actually came with it, but for obvious reasons I've already took that off because it was kind of annoying. But of course, here's the headphones in themselves, and there's nothing of course on the top side of the case. I thought there might be a manual or something like that, but yeah, here, and then you can just take out the plastic for the headphones, and then you get access to the case and stuff. The case feels pretty nice in itself. It's kind of like a thin layer of plastic. It's kind of cheapish, but I'll to do a drop test on it later here to kind of see if it works. And of course, you have a charge port for USB-C, so you can actually charge the case, which will also charge the actual headphones in themselves too, which honestly don't look that bad right now. Actually looks pretty clean. And of course, they are magnetic, so if you were to drop it in there, it'll just go back in place. So that's pretty good. So you can't just drop them from far away, but hey, once they're in there, they'll start charging, which is pretty cool. I also just realized two things while actually going through the box again, because it was kind of strange that they didn't provide a charging cable, which they do. It was under the thing. So under the thing right here, the slip, you'll get access to a USB-C cable for USB charging. So that is pretty nice in itself. And then if you were to actually pull off the top part, which is very, very annoying, it was a flip like this on the right hand side, you have to flip on out, which was very tough. But this will of course give you access to the manual in itself, and I do recommend you read through the manual, because I spent the last 30 minutes trying to figure out all the actual features and how to use everything. But definitely one of those things where the manual, I wish it just kind of fell out right off the rip, because it was kind of annoying trying to figure out every touch feature. And so now, if you want to actually get these connected to your phone, what you gotta do is of course turn them on. As soon as you pull them out of your case, it'll kind of identify that they're out of the case, done charging. And the case does look like it's actually charged the headphones in themselves. However, I'm not a huge fan of the over-ear design so far, or the open-ear design. And the sound is interesting to say this. It isn't bad, but it's one of those things where once you pull them out, you just tap the icon on the actually side of your headphones right here, and it'll say power on, of course. And then it'll start doing the pairing if you hold it again. So once you power it on, of course, we'll start pairing, and you should see it under Bluetooth under SoundPEATS GoFree2, which you can see here. I have on my phones. I'm just gonna kind of click on that, and then it should just pair. Of course, you want to pair? Yes. Okay, we're paired now, and it just said connected, so I assume it's good now. So let me just try testing this on out a little bit. So I've been testing around for a little bit. The audio is pretty good. Some tracks sound a little bit more muddy than normal than some audio tracks. This one right here sounds perfectly fine when I actually use it. So of course, depending on which ear you attach, it will actually depend on what features you get, because this is a touch-based system. So if you were to actually hold the actual right side down, it'll actually skip a track, which you're going to see here. It's going to skip. So it skips a track, which you can see, which is pretty nice. If you tap the actual right side twice on your side, it'll actually pause the music, or bugged out, do that. I think I tapped it 3 times, so that's 3 for the actual settings. But if you tap twice, it will pause the track, which you can see right there, pause. And if you do it 3 times, you'll of course get access to your blue whatever feature this is on your phone. I've never used it before, to be honest with you guys. But that's of course what you get when that, and then if you tap it once, it'll actually increase the audio, which is pretty nice. The only thing is you can't like double like tap it and like do it again really fast. It has to be like you got to give it a second each and every time, which is not the worst thing in the world, just kind of one of those things that's kind of annoying. So for the left side now, if you were to tap it once, it will actually decrease the audio, and if you were to actually hold it, it'll go back to the start of the track, and then you have to hold it again, they actually go back to the previous track. So that's something to keep in mind. It's pretty interesting how it works. Not a huge fan of that you cannot hold and just go back to the previous track automatically, but whatever, that's not the worst thing in the world. If you tap it 3 times, it'll put it into game mode, and I'm not entirely sure what game mode does exactly. I would assume it's one of those things where it's like noise canceling, so I can actually test by just simply nope, didn't do anything there. So let me try it again. The game mode is disabled now. If I try clapping now, no noise cancellation I can at least tell from aware of. Maybe there is a noise cancellation thing and I'm not entirely sure. So let's try getting a call next. So if you were to actually pick up a call so you can do so. However, it says like hold it or something for 1.5 seconds, and every time I do it, it doesn't work. So picking calls isn't particularly the best. There is a actual SoundPEATS app. My question with the app is, will I be able to customize what I can do with the buttons? So I'm gonna install the SoundPEATS app off the Google Play Store real quick, and we're gonna test this on out. So of course you will have to actually sign into SoundPEATS to actually start using this though, which is kind of like not the worst thing in the world, but I was hoping it would be one of those things where it just connects by device. Once you log in though, it should automatically just pick up the device. Device is already connected to your phone, which you can see here. And then if we were to tap on the actual devices, the right or left one, we should be able to just customize them. So customize your equalizer, you can customize your presets. But the big thing here I want to figure out is, can I customize the actual touch features? Okay, another thing to keep in mind too, I noticed when you're in the app, you actually have to enable dual device connection in order to actually use dual device. So I was wondering like why I couldn't connect in the first place. With that though, if you enable this, you will of course be able to connect it to your other device. So let's see if I can connect to my PC now. So I connected to my PC now and my headphones. So if I start playing, let's say, music on my headphones now on my PC, I should hear it. All right, I hear the music on my computer. I just enabled it. Now if I play music on my actual phone, will I be able to hear both? Okay, so you can't play audio both at the exact same time from 2 different devices. It's gonna take a sec to pick up both, so you can only do one at a time. I was hoping maybe like you could play music on your phone and have your game audio come in from your PC. That would be pretty cool, but unfortunately just not the case. So you have to enable it on the app though. But it looks like you can't customize the actual touch features. So the one where it actually like pick up phone calls, it isn't particularly the best. It looks like you have to hold it for like, what is it, a half a second? Well, 1.5 seconds. And of course, I'm not particularly the best timing in holding it, so it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to get to the work. So what we'll do now is do a 4-mile run, testing it to see if these fall out, and do a drop test and some other things. So next thing we're going to do is a mile run to see if these actually work. And what the plan with this is, the test, is that if we're able to run without them having to fall out, or on top of that, be able to use the features. So I want to be able to use my touch features while I actually run, so I can pause my music, increase my music, and all that other jazz. So if it isn't able to do that, then they aren't good workout headphones, because like they fall while you're running. What's the whole point of using it? And if you can't use the touch features to increase your audio when you're getting hyped up, what's the whole point? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna try next. So I just finished working out, and I guess the next thing to do is a mic test. So this should be using the actual mic on the actual like headphones in themselves, so you should probably hear that if it gets picked up. But yeah, I had no real problem whatsoever when actually running with it. They didn't drop out, the audio was good. Besides that though, that was pretty much about it. I'd say that's very successful headphones. If you're looking for some running headphones to work out, these won't fall out during any time, and the audio is still really good. You'll be able to hear things around you too, because there's no noise suppression, but the noise suppression without it is just fine. So let's go over my final thoughts now on the SoundPEATS GoFree2 Open-Ear Headphones. I would say these are honestly some really good headphones for working out. If you're on a budget, you only have like less than $100 to get some good workout headphones, and you don't want to spend too much, and you want them to be open-ear design, and you're a fan of that, and you don't want them to like be on your ears and like feel like they're really hefty, because a lot of people when they work out, they don't like having very chunky headphones when they work out. Like I don't really mind it because I have a big back muscles, but for me, when I noticed the comparison between wearing this and that, this was better just because it was much lighter. So yeah, these are honestly really good for workout headphones, and then just on to go. The only problem and complaint I had about them was first figuring out how they worked and all the touch features and stuff like that. But once I figured out like the manual and stuff like that, It was all easy from there. The only annoying thing I can't do with these is actually like pick up phone calls. So yeah, not the worst in the world. I could just pick up my phone out of my pocket and push play. But while I was on my run, I was able to pause the music. I was able to skip tracks and have no real issues whatsoever with actually any of the touch features, especially in the rain. Keep in mind, it was raining when I did this. So I was surprised that the moisture didn't really get in the way of it, because sometimes with those kind of things, touch features can really get messed up if they get wet. Thankfully, this one, I didn't get wet and didn't have any problems with it. So yeah, I definitely think this is some good workout headphones. But that's of course my review here today on the SoundPEATS headphones. If you guys enjoyed this review video, make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed so you don't miss on future tech content. And of course, I will have this product linked down below if you want to get it for yourself. It does support the channel. Always appreciated. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go pack this up for my brother for Christmas. And GMAN out.